welcome to Thái Nguyên News. Now today's headlines. Thái Nguyên prepares activities for the 60th anniversary celebration of Điện Biên Phủ victory. Exciting Ban Tin Tieng festival held for Laotian students. Casting statues of the national father Lạc Long Quân and mother Âu Cơ. To ensure that the sequence of activities to successfully celebrate the 60th anniversary of the Điện Biên Phủ victory, on the morning of April the 11th, the members of Thái Nguyên Provincial People's Committee met to organize the celebration. Vice Chairwoman Ma Thị Nguyệt presided the meeting.
Of the 10 activities prepared for the grand celebration, 2 activities considered as the highlights of the event are the incense offering at the monuments of President Ho Chi Minh and General Võ Nguyên Giáp in Bảo Biên Village, Bảo Linh Commune, Định Hóa District. Also visiting and giving gifts to families who took part in the Điện Biên Phủ campaign will be held from April the 25th to May the 6th. Furthermore, a special epic program called Echoes of Điện Biên, Songs from Thái Nguyên, the Center of Resistance War, will be held on April the 29th, 8 in the evening, at Square April the 20th. 350 artists will be participating in this event. Propaganda activities for the celebration were also carried out and implemented like the movie week at the cinema to serve people from the 2nd to the 8th of May. Provincial Museum and Library have also completed the display of books and documents about Thái Nguyên and the Điện Biên Phủ victory. The security for the program was also well prepared to ensure the safety of over 800 delegates who are expected to attend the celebration.
On the 10th and the 11th of April, Việt Bắc Highland High School and Thái Nguyên University of Education held the Ban Tin Tieng Festival simultaneously for their Laotian students.
The traditional Lao New Year is known as the Ban Tin Tieng, held from the 13th to the 16th of April every year when sky is deep blue and large rivers are full of water, which signal a new year full of good fortunes. At the Việt Bắc Highland High School, the ceremony was held with many artistic shows acknowledging the party, state, anchor, and love for the country by both Laotian and Vietnamese students. In particular, many excellent repertoires held the everlasting friendship between Laos and Vietnam. On this occasion, Việt Bắc Highland High School offered gifts to the Laotian students, wishing that they would have a warm, happy new year in the land called the wind forest capital of Thái Nguyên. The ceremony ended in the Laotian tradition, a way of splashing water to one another because they believed that the water will wash away a bad omen, diseases, and welcome New Year longevity, good health, and cleanness. Meanwhile, Thái Nguyên University of Education is currently training 142 undergraduates and graduate students from Laos, Cambodia, and China. In the exchange program of the ceremony, many unique shows praising the beautiful friendship of the two countries were impressively performed by the Laotian and Vietnamese students. Especially the rituals of house cleaning, wrist tying with threads, and water splashing by the Laotian students attracted the attention and participation from the majority of the teachers and students there.
On the morning of April the 9th or May the 10th in the lunar year, an unforgettable ceremony of casting the statues of national father Lạc Long Quân and mother Âu Cơ took place at Phủ Liễn Pagoda, Hoàng Văn Thụ Quận, Thái Nguyên City.
After offering incense to commemorate the generations of Hùng kings, national father Lạc Long Quân and mother Âu Cơ, as well as the national heroic martyrs, the delegates and thousands of Buddhist monks announced that the ritual of pouring melted pure copper to cast the statues of national father Lạc Long Quân and mother Âu Cơ. Each statue is 1.98 meters high and weighs about 1.2 to 1.3 tons and worth a total value of nearly 1 billion Vietnam dong taken from a socialization budget. Speaking at the ceremony, Chairman of Taiwan Provincial People's Committee, Dương Ngọc Long, emphasized that it was a meaningful educational activity for all the Vietnamese, showing patriotism towards their ancestor, attributing to the spiritual motivation for national unity, keeping the confidence of the community in working together to make Vietnam more and more prosperous and civilized. The casting is carried out in accordance with the current regulations, an architecture version of which was approved by the Ministry of Culture, Sports and Tourism in terms of quality and expertise assurance. Once completed, the statues will be solemnly adorned in Hùng Vương Communal House, Trưng Vương World, Taiwan City.
On the 11th of April, Thái Nguyên Traffic Safety Committee held a round of propaganda to ensure the traffic safety on Hanoi-Thái Nguyên Highway.
The propaganda was aimed at raising the awareness and self-consciousness of the people to abide the laws when on the road for reasons like creating a chance in the perception of local people living along the highway, reducing traffic accidents, particularly on Hanoi-Thái Nguyên Highway. At the same time, it also aims to propagate the responsibilities of the beneficiaries involved in the direction and implementation of activities, create a close coordination with the local government in mobilizing the forces to ensure traffic order and safety on the highway. The propagandists of the relevant units regulated traffic accidents, deliver leaflets at the spots where traffic rules are frequently violated. They also patrol and propaganda along the highway. These activities will be observed throughout April 2014.
Let's continue with some other news.
Since early this year, import and export activities in Taiwan province has been very effervescent due to increased production capacity and new export items, and also due to the fact that more foreign invested projects in installation stages led to increasing demands in construction materials and production lines. The total export value in March 2014 was nearly $80 million, 4 times as much as the previous month and over 11 times higher than the same period last year. For the first quarter, the export value reached $121.6 million, 5 times higher than the same period, in which domestic economic value accounted for $97.5 million. Meanwhile, the value of local imported goods in March 2014 was of $112 million, decreasing by 9.4% compared to the previous month, but 4 times higher than the same period last year. Taking the first quarter of the year 2014 in total, the value of imported goods is estimated at $351 million, 5.2 times as much as the same period, $283 million. According to Taiwan Provincial Department of Trade and Industry, the Consumer Price Index in March 2014 decreased by 0.48% compared to the previous month, but increased by 0.41% compared to the December 2013, and increased by 2.87% compared to the same period last year. The average value of the first 3 months in 2014 increased by 2.94% compared to the same period last year. This is the third consecutive year that Taiwan province had its consumer price index down. There has been a decrease in the index of such groups as catering services and food. The decrease is attributed to stabilized commodity price and people's austerity measure amidst a difficult economic situation. According to the statistics provided by the Department of Trade and Industry, the total local retail sales of goods and social consumer services in March 2014 was $1.421 billion, 5.8% higher than the previous month, but equaling the 10.8% of the same period last year. In totality, the total retail sales of goods and social consumer services in the province is 4,313 billion Vietnam dong, making an increase of 12.8% compared to the first quarter of 2013. According to the Taiwan Provincial Steering Committee of Ground Clearance, in the first quarter of the year 2014, 210 billion Vietnam dong were used to pay for clearance of the projects. In the first quarter, the Provincial Board for Ground Clearance made efforts to work with the localities to settle existing problems and difficulties in the site clearance of key projects such as the new Hanoi Nguyên Highway Project No. 3, renovating the old Highway No. 3, Yên Bình Industrial Park No. 1. Of the 186 works with clearance in the first quarter, more than 102 projects received clearance with an area of reclaimed land 167 hectares, affecting approximately 2,700 households. For Yên has the largest amount of reclaimed land of 77 hectares, followed by Phú Bình with 43 hectares and Đại Từ with 30 hectares. However, the clearance process has been troubled by local management limitations and disagreement from some local people. In the following months, the Provincial Board for Ground Clearance will try to resolve the existing problems in 13 projects, including the Sương Long Lake Residential Project, Bắc Sơn Road Project, and the Thái Nguyên Junior College of Law.
That ends our program today. Thank you for watching. Goodbye for now and see you next time.